I'm Elisa, thank you for joining me. This is a recorded class that I did when I was teaching my group on Zoom earlier in the summer. So bring yourself to child pose and then just with your sitting bones resting on your heels, roll your hands out in front of you and just take a moment or two to settle and arrive. And then just stay low and begin to prowl your hands around to the right. And as you prowl your hands around to the right, keep reaching your left seat towards your left heel. And then take your fingertips round as far as they'll go. Breathe by your left armpit, all the way down to your left hip, belly rising and falling. And then stay low as you bring your hands back to the midline, take your time. And then same thing, second side, and as you walk your hands around to the opposite side, and look down towards your left hand, breathe by the armpit, all the way to the hip. Inching your fingertips away from you a little bit more. And then just quietly walking your hands back to the midline. And redock in child pose. Rise up to kneeling. Tuck under your toes. Knees back between your knees towards your feet. And then slowly begin to straighten the legs without locking your knee joints closed. So coming into your downward facing dog, feet hip width apart, slightly flick your heels to the two back corners of your mat. Parallel the little toe sides of your feet with the outer edges of your mat. Walk your feet now towards your hands and wind up somewhere near the front of your mat in your standing forward bend. Generously, softly, whatever you need, bending your knees. And then pop the webbing of your thumbs against the elbow crease and apply pressure against your forearms with your palms. As you hang there, jaws slack, heady head, pressing your forearms down towards your toes. Take a deep breath in and slowly hinging at the hip crease, begin to rise, lifting your forearm past your heart, past your face, past your hairline, past your crown. As you bring yourself into this upright position with your hands on your elbows, try to lean back, tilt back with your hips traveling forwards, engage your glutes to protect your lower back. Take a deep bloaty belly breath in and fill to the brim. And then exhale and lean over to the right, pulling on your left elbow with your hand. And as you bring yourself into that stretch, strongly squish into the ground your left heel. And as you pull on your left elbow with your right hand, keep drawing the arms out of your peripheral vision. Feel that stretch intensifying down the left side of your body as you breathe through the armpit all the way to the heel. Back to the midline with a deep breath in. Tilting over to the left with a slow breath out and pulling on the elbow, coaxing that right heel deeper into the ground. And then just slowly come back to the midline. Take your hands behind your back and thread your fingers there. Send your knuckles to the floor as you inhale and smile your lips towards the heavens. Another deep breath in. As you exhale, start to fold, hinging at the hip crease back into your forward bend, only this time encouraging your knuckles to rise. Don't impose your will on your shoulders. Don't lift them too high if that doesn't feel available to you enough. Hands back down to your tail and release your fingertips down to your toes and hang out in your forward bend. With your two peace fingers, pick up each of your big toes generously, softly, whatever you need, bending your knees. And once you've grabbed hold of your big toes, peel your front body away from your thighs and create a ski jump spine as you look forward through your heart and eyes. Take a deep breath in and bloat the belly, fill the chest. Exhale, fold back into your deep forward bend, heavy head again. Fill yourself to the brim again, inhaling as you peel the toe pads off the floor and lift your gaze. Exhale as you fold back into your forward bend. One more the same, deep breath in again. And a slow breath out. Now place your left hand in front of your toes, bring a book or a brick into play if you need to, and then raise your left hand upwards towards the sky. And as you reach up high with your fingertips and twist, grounding through your fingertips and sending a rebound energy across your collarbones and shoulder blades, draw the back of your head away from the back of your heart. Really spread the fingers of that raised hand to reach up towards the rafters. As you exhale, exchange hands. And then reaching up with the opposite hand towards the heavens. Again, try to lift your torso parallel with the floor. And each time you exhale, try to twist. And each time you inhale, try to lengthen across your collarbones. As you exhale, revisit your forward bend, nice and slowly hang out in your ragdoll pose. As you tuck your chin into your collarbones, stack the vertebrae of your spine one bone at a time, arrive standing in mountain pose. Turn your palms to face forward, smile your lips and collarbones at whoever or whatever's in front of you. Take a deep breath in. And as you float the fingertips upwards towards the sky, palms in prayer, let your fingertips coast across the ceiling as you draw your arms out of your peripheral vision. And think back bend again, stretching out your hip flexors, your thighs, belly, chest. With your hands still in prayer, humbly bow down, exhaling back into your forward bend. Maybe finding those forward bends a little bit easier. Now, inhale, lift halfway. And as you exhale, step your left foot back, lower your left knee to the floor, and grounding through your front foot, raise your fingertips, led by the tips of your thumbs, come into a kneeling crescent lunge. Let the hips glide forwards as symmetrically as possible. Take your right arm down by your right side. Frame the left side of your face with your left arm and try not to pitch forwards, but try to reach down with your right hand to the ground. Tilt over as far as you can. Breathe again by the armpit, all the way to the hip. As you lean back a little bit more, pushing that front foot into the floor, feel that stretch wherever it manifests in the body and breathe into any intensity. Now bring your hands back to the sky, and as you exhale, slowly bring your fingertips all the way down the wall behind. Bring your hands to the mat, shoulder width apart, and float your back knee off the floor, avoiding gaining height. Push back strongly through the left heel, keep your left hand grounded, and raise your right hand to the sky. Now squeeze together your inner thighs, your outer hips. As you push back strongly through the heel, so left hand on the ground, right hand up in the air, and as you breathe into the twist towards the front thigh, get the back of your neck to be long, the back of your head moving away from the back of your heart. Here comes the slightly tricky bit, just giving you a heads up. Slowly, keeping your feet grounded, let your left hand leave the floor and come into that twisted lunge high. As you stretch out your arms, squeeze together your inner thighs and outer hips. Keep hugging them together to the midline. Reach back with your right hand, so your back with your right hand, towards the back of your mat, whilst your left hand reaches forwards and ahead. Then see if you can look down towards the root of your right thumb. So left arm forwards, right arm back. And as you stay in the twist, take your right hand to your left thigh, bolt your thigh into your palm, and raise your left arm. So the front arm's lifting, and the right hand's on the back leg. And the back leg, where you've got your right hand on the left thigh, you want to try and really bloat that thigh into your palm. So you feel the back leg really switched on, full of gas, not gas, maybe juice, really steadily. From there, raise both arms and take your high lunge with both arms framing your ears with a deep breath in. Drop a little bit taller through the spine. And with a slow breath out, slow motion, take your fingertips all the way down the wall behind. Bow humbly down towards the ground and bring your hands to frame your front foot. Step back to plank with both feet together. Squeeze together your inner thighs and brace, hugging together your front hips, lifting your heart between the shoulder blades, your navel to your kidneys. Take a deep breath in as you push back through your heels and exhale everything again. Push powerfully into your palms, nice strong arms. If you need to modify, lower your knees. Exhaling. One more the same, deep breath in again. Only this time as you exhale, lower your knees, lift your bum, elbows tucked in, hover your heart between your hands and glide your way into a supported cobra. Keeping your elbows tucked in by your side body, your upper arms hugging your side ribs. Exhale, bend your knees and kick your butt with your heels, lower your chin. As you inhale, pump it up, bring the elbows tucked in and the shoulders low. Exhale again, bend the knees nice and slow. Inhale, press down firmly into the tops of your feet as you rise. Exhaling. And inhale. Another slow breath out. Inhale really slowly as you rise. Last one of these. Exhale. And inhale. Without lifting your feet again, lower your heart and chin. Push strongly into your palms, nice strong arms. Tuck your chin into your collarbones. And just slowly retreat your seat to your heels and redock in child pose. Ground your brow and just be aware of any changes in the way you feel. Maybe feeling a little bit more heated in your body. You just now use your breath to cool down your internal space. Breath, slowly rise up to kneeling. Tuck under your toes and partially take your sit bones towards your heels. Lift your knees and slowly the legs without locking the knees. Come back into downward facing dog. As you come into downward facing dog, let your head be heavy. Arrange the weight to spread forwards to the finger pads, the joints of your fingers, the stalks of your fingers and thumbs. And like you did before, just begin to walk your feet up towards your hands and revisit your forward bend, recognizing when you arrive there, whether you're in that forward bend perhaps a little bit more deeply. Start to stack the vertebrae of your spine to come standing. And as you come all the way up to mountain pose, slotting shoulders over hips, cultivate a neutral pelvis and a heavy tail. Fix your shoulders tractioning away from your ears. As you inhale, paint a circle of light around the room that you're in. Bring your palms to prayer. Let your shoulders settle. Tilt back a little bit more. Think back bend again as you glance your fingertips across the ceiling. With hands in prayer, exhale as you fold, hinging at the hip crease back into your forward bend. As you inhale, halfway rise. As you step back, bending your front knee and revisiting your crescent lunge, the left foot forward, right foot back, lifting your gaze through heart and eyes. Let your fingertips rise, bring your hands to prayer, fingertips coast across the ceiling. Take your left arm down by your left side. Reach with your fingertips to the floor, tilt over as far as you can without collapsing forwards. And as you push firmly into that front foot and maybe tilt back a little bit more, send energy down the left arm until your fingertips potentially, maybe not necessarily getting all the way there, but try to reach with your fingertips to the floor. From here, bring both hands back up to the sky. As you exhale, let your fingers coast slowly down the wall behind you. And you bring your hands to shoulder width to frame this front foot. Float your back knee, push back through the heel. Remember, you're going to twist towards the front leg, so twist towards the left thigh and raise your left hand towards the sky. As you hug together your inner thighs, your outer hips. As you push strongly back through your right heel, lengthen the back of your neck, the back of your head away from the back of your heart again. Keep your balance, and as you part company with the ground with your right hand, you're slowly coming up, still in the twist, remember, with your arms extended in the same way that they were configured before. So your right hand was on the floor, and the right hand's going to be front hand now, and the left hand's going to be reaching back. With your arms running the length of your mat, look down towards your left arm, and as you find that stretch across both collarbones and shoulder blades, keep stabilizing through your core. Take your left hand to your back thigh. And as you pop your hand onto your thigh, try to bloat the thigh into the palm. Raise your right hand, tilt back a little bit more, and hold that shape. Breathing in those long, deep breaths of yours. Keep that left knee safe over the heel, tracking the middle toe. And bring left arm back to join right arm, come back into that high lunge, inhaling. And as you exhale, purposely, slowly, let your fingertips once again coast down the wall behind you. Bow down to the ground, bring your hands to shoulder width apart, step back to plank. And as you find plank again, take a deep breath in to hold. Exhale everything. Another deep breath in, pushing firmly back through your heels, strong core. Exhale. Elbows slightly soft as you press your hands into the floor, make two perfect handprints with them. Exhale, one more, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees, lift your heart, and hover your heart between your hands, coming into a little Diddy Cobra. This time, bring your hands behind your back and interlock your fingers there. Press your toenails into the ground, send your knuckles past your tail towards your heels. Keep looking forwards towards the tip of your nose, then lift your legs, and using the strength in your back body, try to lift your sternum, lift your legs with pointed toes. Keep sending your knuckles all the way back towards your feet. Now open the legs into a great big V, inhaling. Exhale, zip the legs closed. Inhale, open the legs, pointed toes, toning your buttocks, exhaling. Deep breath in. Exhale everything. Inhale. And exhale. Lower your feet, lower your chin, hands tucked in either side of your armpits. Let's take a crafty visit back to child pose again. Exhale and lower your sit bones onto your heels. Bring your hands to rest somewhere alongside your feet. Let your shoulders relax. If you can, bring some weight to bear on your brow. Once again, recognize whether your body has got more heat, whether you need to perhaps take a few cooling breaths by making a tube with your tongue and breathing in through that tube. So tiny breath, a cooling breath as you cool the breath down on the tongue, breathing in and then breathing out as you close the lips, breathe out through the nose. Make a little tube, a straw with your tongue and breathe in. And as you breathe out through the nose, slowly just feel yourself melting to the ground. If you struggle to curl your tongue into a straw, just purse your lips like Betty Boop and breathe in, letting the tongue cool the breath as it travels down into the throat. A cooling breath or just regular breathing through the nose. As you stretch out your hands in front of you and rise back up to kneeling on all fours, tuck under your toes and partially take the seat to your heels again. Revisit downward facing dog. And as you come into down facing dog this time, stand your right footprint on the wall behind, keeping your hips aligned, still able to see the right toes, and keeping your hips aligned, spread the weight forwards to the finger pads. Gaze back towards your foot. Now bring your knee in towards your chest as you exhale, clamp the thigh to the front body. Inhale, stamp your footprint back on the wall behind. Bring your knee to your left armpit and hover. Inhale, stamp your footprint on the wall behind. Bring your knee to your right armpit and hover. Inhale, stamp your footprint on the wall behind. Now bring your knee to your chest and step your foot slightly shy of your hands. Spin your back foot so it's parallel pretty much with the back of your mat and take a slow backward cartwheel to arrive in Warrior Two, looking out in front of you. Heavily weight the tail and nudge it to the pubic bone. Like you did in the twist before, parallel your arms with the length of your mat, only this time look towards your front hand. Reach back a little bit more with your left fingertips. Take a deep breath in for one. Exhale everything. For two, fill the belly, fill the chest. Exhale. On three, see if you can spread your collarbones and shoulder blades a little bit more. Exhaling. As you inhale, straighten your front leg without locking your knee. Kink your hips to the back of your mat and start to reach your fingertips way, way, way beyond the toes towards the wall ahead. Into Trikonasana, your triangle pose. As you lean your back body, the length of your spine, the back of your head on the wall behind, try not to be heavily weight-bearing through that right hand. Let it rest lightly on your shin, or let your hand hang in front of your calf. And as you reach up and overhead with your left arm, try to keep your left arm out of your peripheral sideline as you stretch out the side ribs and the waist. And then try peering up past your armpit towards the ceiling in this pose. Breathing into the side body, long, deep breaths. From your triangle variation, rebend the front knee, come right back up to warrior two, looking out in front of you. And as you reverse the warrior, bring your left hand to your left thigh, drop a little bit deeper into your right hip, and stretch out the side ribs all the way from your right armpit to your hip. Keep tilting back and bulging your thigh into your palm. Another breath in for one. Exhale everything. For two, keep slithering your hand down towards your calf. For three. And then on the exhale, cartwheel your hands once again in slow motion to shoulder width. Step back and find plank. And then take a knees, chest, chin, or a low plank with your elbows tucked in. Take a digi cobra or a supported cobra or an upward facing dog. As you exhale, take downward facing dog, nice and slow. Let your head hang heavy between your arms. Pick up your left foot and stamp your footprint clean on the wall behind you, keeping your hips aligned. Exhale as you bring your knee to your nose. Inhale and wide, slowly take your time. If you need to modify, you can be doing this with your right knee on the floor as you cross your left knee towards your right arm. Inhale and wind. Take the left knee to the left armpit this time. And then unwind. Now bring the knee to the chest. Push firmly into your palms, get a little bit of extra height. And as you spin on your back foot, I'll change sides now rather than before, so don't get confused with which leg was supposed to be in the front. And slowly bring yourself up in a backward cartwheel into warrior two, looking out in front of you. Left arm forwards, right arm back. Reach back a little bit more with your right fingertips, upright the spine, deepen the bend in your front knee. And as you gaze forward, soft gaze towards the left hand. Take a deep breath in for one. Exhale everything. Deep breath in for two. Spread your arms a little more. Exhale, wake the tail. And for three. Exhaling. Now straighten your front leg without locking your knee joint closed. Pink back your hips. Reach way, 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 way over your toes as far as they'll go before hinging at the hip crease and coming into triangle trikonasana. Reaching up with your fingertips to the sky, breathing your long deep breaths, leaning the back of your body, the spine, the back of your head on the wall behind. To create more space for the side body, take your right arm out of your peripheral sight line to frame the back of your face. Reach forward with those fingertips and solidly ground the little toe side of your right foot. Breathe by the armpit, all the way down to the right hip. Long, deep breaths, bloating the side ribs, bloating the side waist, filling the belly and chest. From that variation, slowly bend the knee, come all the way back up to warrior two, looking out in front of you. Spread your wings, open your heart and hips. And then tilt back, take your right hand to your back thigh. Frame the left side of your face with your left arm. Maybe drop a little bit deeper into the hip and watch that knee, like it's in a vice, is over the left heel where it's safe. Balloon the thigh into your palm. Lift your gaze through heart and eyes. For another round of your breath, fill yourself to the brim each time you breathe in. And each time you breathe out, empty all the way to the bottom. Another deep breath in. And then exhale everything as you gracefully, slow motion cartwheel your hands. Bring them back to shoulder width, and instead of stepping back to plank, step forwards, back to the top of your mat to revisit your standing forward bend. Detecting perhaps that as your body, excuse me, frog in throat, as your body is now quite a lot warmer, maybe you can come into that forward bend even more deeply. As you inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale, fall back into your thighs. And as you inhale, circle the room that you're in once again with your fingertips. And as you regather your palms to prayer and raise mountain pose with a heavily weighted tail, slowly exhale, pull your hands as you blink, close your eyes home to the heart. With a neutral pelvis and heavily weighted tail slightly nudging towards the pubic bone, feel your core muscles subtly coming online. As your shoulders melt away from your ears, imagine the crown of your head as if by a long silky thread being lifted towards the heavens. Each time you exhale, feel grounding roots sinking into the earth. Tap into your heartbeat. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. That was a recorded practice of a live class, so as I say. But please feel free to join me for a live session on Zoom anytime you're available. I do classes 3 mornings a week, so it would be lovely to see you. So just send me a message if you'd like to join the group. Thank you.